this, how much area did you devote to this?
This is just an acre and a half. It was a seed herd.
An acre and a half of seed crop then, plowed by hand or by horse?
No, it was by tractor and a two-way horse-drawn plow.
And a two-way horse-drawn plow. What was the condition of the soil? I mean, the topsoil is all very thin here anyways.
No, this is what's wrong. You see how this brush is? That's how it was. It's overgrown by all this high brush.
Okay.
They call it buckbrush or winterberry, or they have all kinds of strange names for it. But a long time ago, when the elk were alive, they used to browse on those, and there's no more elk around today, so those plants just take over all the creek bottoms.
Okay.
So we had to clear this whole area, and we also had to. What we did was we plowed the dirt to kill the roots, and then we planted hemp, and it just showed out. They liked this area. They just took off like crazy.
So now Wounded Knee Creek is behind you there?
This is Wounded Knee Creek. It wraps all the way around, and it goes right through here. See, that's the Wounded Knee Creek.
Oh, very nice.
Look here, we got 5 posts from one end of the creek to the other. That's how we keep my horses out, because they like rolling in the soft dirt. And
yeah, they'll come in here and eat all your hemp for you too.
Yeah. But see, the DEA came in. They took over 40,000 plants, but they said they only took 3,700 plants.
Yeah.
But if you look at these, you could tell. See, they just cut them off with weed
So you planted them in clusters then?
Yeah, in clusters.
Okay. So did you plant them by hand then?
Yeah, we planted them by hand. That's how big some of them were.
It's a pretty thick stalk. It's every bit as big around as my thumb.
Yeah.
So that must have been some pretty tall plants then. And again,
just amazingly high. See how tall that green plant was? That plant just blended right in with the marijuana crops. That was about how high the tallest ones were, and the tallest ones were just right down the center through here. Big ones.
It's a nice tight cluster here.
Yeah, there's a lot of plants and stuff.
And of course, you notice they left a lot of leafy material behind.
Well, we think that they, when they weeded it, cut them, it shook them up so bad that all the seeds, most of the seeds fell out. So we think it's going to reseed itself.
Oh, that would be great.
So we won't bother this.
So now you've got a wild hemp field.
Yeah, it's a wild hemp field.
So you were on your way down here to harvest the field when you noticed that they had come?
No, that was on a Thursday that they came. We were going to harvest Saturday and Sunday. And what we had in mind was that we wanted to, because there's a whole bunch of hemp people that they love this plant too, they really cherish it. So we're going to allow Saturday and Sundays for them to come and stay for a while. Or one time there was a busload of college kids from Maryland came by. They were touring by, but they heard about this, so they made a bypass to pull in here. And I thought it was just crazy because they come in here and singing and dancing, skipping, some were doing cartwheels, and they were just having a bunch of fun. It's high school kids, college kids. And then one of them says, "Let's take pictures here." So they're all taking pictures, and there's so much plants that allow whoever comes in to visit would take a plant, and it's just a huge plant, and they put it over their head. And it was just a beautiful symbol. So everybody'd walk around here with hemp plants on their head. And then he says, "No, take that off my head. I'm running for Congress someday. You might hold it against me." And so his peers told him, he says, "No, it's going to be legal by then." So he said, "Okay," and he put it back on his head, and he had his picture taken up. It just instances like this that occurred here that were just happy and fun. And so anyway, Saturday and Sunday was just devoted for these people to come and say goodbye. And then Monday was the official harvest day.
Okay.
And that's the day we was going to let everybody come in. And what we're planning on doing is, because we wanted to raise money to grow more, was each row was going to set up a little box and ask for donations for people to cultivate that line. It's kind of like a fee, but they could throw in $1, or if they want, they could throw in $100. It's up to them, And plus, we have a whole bunch of other bills that are coming up that needs to be paid. So we were having good thoughts and plans, and we just didn't realize none of them.
Man.
The United States of America. It says, "In God we trust," but I don't know. I think they just deal with.
I think that's
just on the money, you know. That's it.
Yeah, that's just on the money. Well, the money is their god. That's part of the problem.
Yeah. Look at how long it is. It's way down into the tree line. It just amazes me that this could happen.
So the tree line goes, and then that's the creek again.
Yeah, that's the creek. That's the one. Then one night there was again a group of college kids, but they came in 2 vans, and they were in the evening. It was late in the evening, so they come in here just about dusk, and these guys must have been 8, 9, 10 feet tall by then, just not too tall. And they came in here, and they were just amazed by that. And as it got in the evening, there's millions and millions and millions of fireflies here. Some of the stuff we forgot. I'm gonna gather all these up. These are I want to sell these on the internet because
Is this part of it, or is this a different plant?
No, it's part of it.
It is, isn't it?
It's all hemp.
Well, that dried really fast.
These are males. These are the males.
Well, that's good. If someone sends you a letter with a donation and they get some stock material back?
Hey, that's not a bad idea. I was just thinking about that.
Interesting. So there you go. There's, I guess, except for some of the leaves and stuff, pretty much you're legal by the USC definition, hemp. And of course their whole trick is to get it while it's still growing, because once you harvest it, it is undisputably hemp, but while it's alive they can still make the argument that it could be marijuana. Now what happened in Kentucky with Woody Harrelson's case is they determined that he did not have the intention of growing marijuana when he planted his 4 seeds. So it can turn on what your intentions were. And as open as you were about this, it's obvious you're not running a drug enterprise here.
Oh no, not by far.
And that the implications are so much greater that you would have to have a malicious intent to ignore the fact that what you're doing here is an industrial enterprise.
Yeah.
And a way to save your culture and your people, this tribe.
Yeah. Look, this one's still connected.
We're coming into an era of global warming where if you can't grow hemp, you may die.
See, she must have seeded, because these ones were one of the females, see? She must have seeded up.
Have that
every
kind of
part
material
of her.
on it.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if I can find a seed.
If we could find a brown seed, that would make me feel happy. We found a brown seed.
Of course, who knows what this leafy material is worth. It's certainly edible. You can feed it to your cows. Feed it to the buffalo. They'll like it. I think it might be a little hard of a task finding a seed in all this soil. So here he is gathering up bundles.
Collect these guys up.
So I could see that maybe they just kept a certain swath of them. You said that they were, for the most part, budding?
Yeah, they were all budding
at that time. Well, I can smell it now.
Oh, look, there's one of my horses is in here. I want to keep him out of here because well, there's no dirt here. He probably won't even go on them. I don't want him to smash the seeds.
Yeah, these seeds don't look developed yet.
They're not too developed, in it.
They might not be matured enough yet.
Yeah. I think they might have wiped this out.
Now, as what usually happens with these events, the landowner invests just about everything available into it. Is that the case here too?
Yep. Yep.
So you're financially ruined by this?
Yeah, I'm ruined in all aspects. Yeah, those guys are really lazy. They're not cool. That's all these little guys.
It really only looks like they just took it from just a couple lanes and left the rest. Which could explain the low plant count.
Yeah. Yeah, they must have used some kind of scientific formula.
Yeah.
It's gonna backfire. Look how much plants are on those bunches.
Yeah, it can be a little hard to tell. I mean, depending on whether or not these decided to just break off into multiple shoots right at ground level. And I look at that. That looks like several plants. That doesn't look like one plant breaking off into shoots at all.
Those are hundreds of plants. So I was experimenting. I thinned them out, and some I just left them real sick. And these ones that are real sick, not a single one took off real big. But the ones that I thinned out, they're real huge, you know. So next year we'll just have to plant 4 or 5 in each group. But this was good because they really grew tall.
Yeah.
Really grew tall fast.
They'll survive the elements when you bunch them like that, too.
Yeah.
See, in Canada, they do it a little differently. They use a seeding machine, and they drop the seeds every 3 inches. And they just run them in real tight rows. And after they harvest a Canadian hemp field, of course, they use real harvesting material equipment. Well, they don't leave these shattered bottoms. What they leave are basically sharp sticks.
Yeah.
And so when you walk through a Canadian hemp field after harvest, you got to have steel-toed shoes on.
Yeah. This is gonna be dangerous. See, look at all these little bitty guys. I'm gonna have to get all my kids up here.
This is a nice thick. Oh, this is different. This is ragweed. It's a real atrocity, though. And again, no, they knew they didn't have any jurisdiction to do this. I'm a little shocked, really, that there weren't any people around to defend you. Though I'm proud of you for not fighting them.
Yeah.
Because it's very tempting to do that when they use these military tactics on us.
Yeah, it's difficult to hold back, but we did. We should give ourselves a medal for holding back our pain and anger.
Yeah. So they just got a giant industrial weed whacker and went up and down and hacked it.
Yeah, they went through weed eaters.
Yeah.
And some kind of metal blades. They have to change them all the time.
Really?
Yeah. I hope they didn't ruin too many blades.
Well, you know, you can almost see where they had a fresher blade, and then it gets more jagged when the blade gets dull.
Yeah, you can tell. See, probably from here to there is where they...
See, this stalk right there probably wore one out in one shot.
Yeah.
So is this the only stand of it?
Yeah, that's left. Well, I've been coming down here just kind of throwing them little bunches as I go.
Yeah.
But,
so you get them out of the rain before the rain comes.
Yeah.
Or they'll start retting. So I don't know, depending on their timing, they may or may not have gotten it before the seeds were mature enough to reseed. Really?
Look at those. Smells like genuine homegrown.
There you go, that's what you call a bag of shake DEA style. Well, I'll do one shot from the middle of the field, just simple rotation. Tell just by looking at the remains that they weren't very bushy. They were just growing tall and thin, just like hemp should. It's like even from the air, they should have been able to tell the difference between this field and a marijuana field. time of day it was when I was here before. There's a tree that there's more area chopped down and cleared out, so that they can just go plant more next to it. That's what it looks like. And then again, I don't know if you can see the creek. I want to look at the creek. Boy, the horses really get over all over every inch of this place. You see that? You hear the beeping of them making a road.
I guess I'd like to kind of share a little story with you about what the DEA does to people. My name is White Plume. White Plume is a real gentle name. My little brother, he's a little bit taller than I am. All my nephews, nieces, my sisters, they're all 5'8", 5'9", 6 foot tall. We're really tall, but we're all real gentle. We don't have nobody in our family incarcerated in any prison anywhere. And here, our family and I, we live on a Pine Ridge reservation. And a lot of you students I recognize you here. You go to college. You're learning more about the history of this country. You're learning about the fate of our people. Back in 1868, a treaty was made between the United States government and the Oglala Lakota people. And in that treaty, they recognized our sovereignty, the sovereign rights to govern our people. So the leaders of our tribe saw fit to legalize industrial hemp as a commodity. So my brothers and sisters and I, we have a lot of land. We use it for raising buffaloes and horses. And we thought, wow, what an opportunity. It's illegal in South Dakota. Well, we don't really care much for Janklo anyway because he's a frontiersman. The old frontier mentality still goes on with people like him. So anyway, we decided to grow hemp, and we did. We weren't ashamed. We were proud of what we did. And for the life of me, I never thought I would see myself growing a plant like this. I grew up, I was a police officer, I was a legislator, I was in the U.S. military. I've done just about everything you could think of that a man could do. At the age of 46, I retired because I need to resign and let somebody else, some younger people, take the leadership roles. Yes! In my retirement, we tried to do something that was good. Hemp is nothing bad against the environment. It helps nurture the ground. And here, for protecting Mother Earth, to try to do something right, my brothers and sisters and I today are looked at as criminals by the DEA. I have a sister-in-law that was in a car wreck about 3 years back. And she's in pain all the time. And she doesn't have control of her body, so she has a hard time walking. One day she went up to this guy's trailer house and she bought a dime bag of weed. And she went home and she smoked that because that helps her. The medicine that they give you from the hospital just made her lay in bed, and she was getting bed sores. And when she started smoking this, she would walk around. She had an appetite so she could eat. And here one day she was arrested by the police. And so she had to go through the whole federal court system. And here they asked her, and here my name is on the list with the drug dealers. Do you know Alex White Plume? So she said, he's my brother-in-law. So, and she wasn't ashamed because back home in my tribe, I'm a leader. I'm the leader of my family. And people recognize me and respect me. When I go someplace, they offer me a place to sit. They followed the protocols needed to greet a leader. And here the DEA, early in the morning, 5 minutes to 6, we heard the helicopter hovering over the hemp field. We call that our field of dreams. And it was really crazy because I thought I was going to jail right away. So I rushed into the shower, I put my clean clothes on, brushed my teeth, combed my hair, and I got myself ready. And here nobody came for me. Whoever heard of getting ready to go to jail? So I went down to the hemp field. It was just about a quarter mile from my house. And my little brother was there, and he was surrounded by 5 agents. And so I'm in a four-wheel drive truck. They had all the roads blocked up, but I went around them and I was heading for my field because my only intention was to protect what was mine. But I had 5 agents, FBI's, U.S. Marshals, DEA, and some county sheriffs. They kind of made like a wall in front of me. And so I couldn't get close to our hemp field. My little brother, he was detained over here. And the FBI, U.S. Marshals, they were expecting a gunfight. Because this happened once before. We had some FBI agents come to our reservation. They were going around kicking in our doors, beating our people. So we killed 2 of them. That should have taught them a lesson from coming back to the reservation. When we were watching our field of dreams being cut, a lot of thoughts went through my mind. Thank you, brother. I was thinking about. Well, anyway, the thoughts that went through my mind were people like Red Cloud, Crazy Horse, Young Man Afraid of His Horses. They fought for my people so we can always live, and they always protected our land. They always protected what was natural. So today we're not going to give up. I'm here to make an announcement tonight. And I just had a meeting with my sisters and my brother. There's 5 of us. We're the landlords of our land. And they told me, I asked them, I said, you know, when they cut those hemp plants last year, they told us that if we grew again, that they're going to come and arrest us, and they're going to charge us twice. While the 1.5 acre of plant that I grew had little over 65,000 plants. 65,000 hemp plants. And I could tell that they were hemp because they're long and skinny. I've seen people grow marijuana and it's short and bushy. And so there's a difference. And as a layman, I could tell. But all these thoughts were going through my mind. And when they were cutting our hemp field down, they were using weed eaters with metal blades. And the helicopter was hovering above the hemp field, and there was 2 airplanes circling around us, and all these shiny cars. FBI agents, they like to wear dark glasses and bulletproof vests because they're intimidating. And so I said, Jesus Christ, there they go, they're circling the wagons again, and my little brother laughed. And what was even funnier was, when they were cutting the hemp plants, the helicopter was hovering. Those 16-foot talls would come and just slap them in the face and kind of throw them off balance. And so, those hemp plants knew who to take up for. They took up for us. But anyway, I'm here to announce with the blessings of my family, and I was trying to back down because the thought of going to jail is not rosy. The thought of 65,000 plants, if you read the laws, if you have over 1,000 plants, it's automatically 10 years to life. Anything over that is the death penalty. They call it the kingpin law, whatever it is. So if the United States doesn't recognize the sovereignty of our tribe, I might be going up. But you know something? I'm not really worried because I know my people will help me.